Good morning, everybody. Week 20, I guess. I think. Yes. And what's on the menu? Today we're gonna hopefully finish up, the classical recording, the Mendelssohn piece. Not got been in Saturday. And we went through the piece, and there are just some bits and pieces I need to make neat. So like there are parts where he said he wants stuff louder or more present, and I wrote some automation, but they are just made fast and stuff, not nice transitions and stuff. So I need to figure that out today, and hopefully I get a bit of Forest 19 done, because this will be the focus of the week. And tomorrow Wolfgang is in for another song for his project, and nothing major fancy this week actually. So like no bachelor parties, nothing. Let me see in the calendar. No, nothing fancy. Just the recording or the production thing tomorrow, and a lot of mixing, a lot of stuff. I need to set up my computer new, because that runs really slow, so I have to make a backup time machine and rewrite the backup on the hard drive. So yeah, that's something I could do today. And work clock is making issues. Why is work clock making issues? Let's check that first. That looks odd, doesn't it? Let's see if just restarting the interface works. And yes, it does. So maybe there's just been a syncing error somewhere, so something booted up faster than the other, and it should be in one order, not the other. I don't know. But it works. Rebooting always helps. So this might take a while now, and I'm just doing this now because I went through way faster. I thought there were way more parts I needed to go over, but there's actually just been 5 or 6 parts where I just brute forced in automation and just made it a bit smoother. Everything else has been done by me last week already, so yay to me. So I'm now bouncing the whole piece in real time, because I have the time to do this, and I think that's the smoother way to export your sessions, by actually online bouncing it, even though it doesn't run through any analog equipment. I just read somewhere that not as many bits get dropped or something. I don't know. Probably I'm making this up. And yeah, the funny thing is that session is in 96 kilohertz because I felt like it, doing a classical piece in a higher resolution, even though I'm a firm believer that 44.1 is enough. But yeah, I knew that I need to do a lot of changes in volume, and so having a few bits more helps. And my computer's beefy enough, so that's not an issue. So yeah, that runs through for an hour or 70 minutes, and then try and switch to Forest 19 and get stuff done there. Oh, by the way, a friend of mine is picking up some audio gear later today because he needs it. And he's the kindly guy who sponsored me one gold mic and the RME and the mics and stuff. And he just told me, well, yeah, I'll give you some mics afterwards then. So I'm gonna increase the mic locker a bit next week. Don't know what. But yeah. So while this lovely piece is bouncing, I thought I'd talk about the things I learned from that recording. I'm a bit annoyed that I'm not doing this type of recordings more often, because it's something you learn quite a lot, and if you do this more often you get used to several things, and I had to remember myself to a few methods because I recorded this quite a few times before, and I didn't do some things I should have done, and I'm a bit annoyed at myself, but it works out, so the final result works out. But I want to give you my learning experience so you don't have to do the same mistakes again. So the main microphone were pretty decent. That's awesome. There is a bit, not as much choir on it as I would love to have, but when I was recording the rehearsal, it sounded balanced, but in the final recording with the people in the church, it didn't. So I should have angled the microphones a bit more up towards the choir, but I make it work nevertheless. And the second thing I should have done is I should have mic'd all voices of the choir with one microphone. So there should have been one microphone just for the sopranos, one just for the for both, two microphones for the male voices, even though they stood a bit strange. Should have pointed just two microphones to the men, and one microphone for the alto. Should have done this, because when we were listening to the stuff yesterday, Naka said, well, yeah, the voices have been hesitant in certain parts, and we tried to enhance it, but by pulling up this one microphone, we pulled up another voice as well. So that's been a bit compromised, and yeah. And then on the other side, I should have had a microphone specifically for the orchestra. But I know there wasn't much space to work with, and I didn't want to put microphones in the way of the musicians, and I definitely didn't want to do a recording production thing. I was just recording a concert. We didn't do a CD production. If you do a CD production, no one is attending, you can put microphones everywhere, and the biggest microphones you have, and it doesn't matter. I didn't bring all my large diaphragm microphones with me because of visibility. I mean, obviously, the solo I would love to have them mic'd with the U87 and the TLM67. That would have been my first choice. And I would have mic'd the violin separately and the brass separately, taking the ribbon probably with me for the brass and stuff. Nah, that's more big bandy, isn't it? Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I would have mic'd way more, but I didn't want to because that was a concert and not a recording. So that's been a bit compromised, but nevertheless, I should have mic'd more things individually, especially the choir, and I didn't do this. And I could have spared the timpani mic, because when we do the rehearsal, the timpani were a bit mushy and not much attack on the timpani because it got lost in the huge room. So I put a spot mic on it just to get the transient, just to get the attack. And yes, that works in certain parts, and yes, it helps in certain parts to have that attack. Well, on the other hand, it's been a bit of a phase issue. Needed to find the right timing for the timpani to get that sorted. And yeah, probably was a microphone wasted. I should have put that microphone to the alto. But yeah, should have, could have. It's done and dusted. Not been very, very happy. I'm pretty happy, and that's the most important thing. Client happy, I'm happy. And I'm pretty confident I'm gonna do this again. And there's then one other thing I'd like to talk about that came a bit across in that, that production. I think it helps if you are, first of all, open-minded to all musical genres. And even though 98% of my work are made in pop music, like pop rock, or even rock music. I have a classical background, so I can talk this language, and I played a lot of classical pieces myself, so I a bit know how the musician feel, and I know how the choir feels, and what's important, because I attended that quite a lot. Hundreds of classical shows I did, I guess. I don't know. I haven't counted them. But I was playing timpani in the church back in the day. I was playing percussion on various concerts. And I sang in this specific choir on several concerts. So I'm familiar with this situation and know what's important in the classical language. And even though when we were together yesterday, Notga and I, the conductor and I, he didn't use any fancy terms. So if I wouldn't have had all this musical knowledge about phrases, how to call dynamics and stuff like that, like fortissimo or tempo things with andante or whatever, we would have been able to communicate yesterday. It would have been fine if I would have been, or if I would just be an awesome recording engineer with no musical knowledge at all. That would have been fine anyway. But being able to speak the language of the musicians and sort of coming in on the same level, I tend to tell all these musicians that I'm a musician myself, just to make them comfortable, and saying I'm not here to spoil your concert. I'm just here to do a recording. I trust you. I don't want to be in the way. Please trust me. And let's have a conversation. If the mic placements are fine for you, if there's just something in your way, what I could expect from the show. So I had a conversation with a timpani player about this attack problem, and I said, well, it's all fine. I play timpani myself, so I know what to expect, and I see you using already the most tacky sticks. That's awesome. What do you expect for tomorrow? Do you think you will increase, or is that exactly the level you're gonna do tomorrow and stuff like that. Stuff I just know from other shows, and that helped immensely talking to these musicians and placing microphones at the very end, because not being in the way and sort of knowing what to expect. Well, at that point, it's already a tradition that when Wolfgang is coming in to do a new song, that I buy something just for that session. So that just happened. I bought just another expansion pack for Easy Drummer, the hard rock expansion pack, because he wanted to do something harder. He sent me a Deftones song actually. And I wanted to prepare myself, and I thought, okay, do I have the stuff I need? Am I prepared for tomorrow so we can move fast? And I realized, okay, I don't. The drums don't sound like they should, and I don't have the midis and stuff. And so I bought that just a few minutes ago, and then I thought, I'll play around. Let's see. Tune my guitars down, as you saw. They're now in C sharp, drop C sharp. Which I think is the lowest I can go with my strings and without ruining the whole guitar. So, done that. And then it's a half an hour later and there's sort of a song ready. Yeah, let's see. I mean, he has to say in direction of the song. I don't know what the song should be about. So I have no idea if that song is actually good for him or not. Seems like a nice demo anyway, and it's always fun to try stuff out, and yeah. So it should not be a total waste. So yeah, it's been a productive day. What you haven't seen is that I mixed through one song of Forest 19, Broken Land, which sounds pretty nice to me. Gonna finish that up later that week. And yeah, so the classical piece is done. I guess we have 2 songs of Forest 19 in the bank done. So that's only 3 more to go, and 1 is already sort of worked on. So I'm confident we're gonna do this by next week at the very latest. And yeah, so tomorrow Wolfgang will be in and we're doing stuff for him. And don't know if I'm gonna point a camera on some of the stuff we do. I don't know yet. And yeah, then Friday back to normal. And then we just see how we move on. Yeah. Good morning, everybody. Friday today. So yes, I had 2 days off as usual. Spent with a bit of office work. So yeah, it's quite funny because my son goes bouldering on every Thursday. He has his boulder course, like climbing thingy. And so I have 1.5 hours in this cafe they have there for just a bit of office work, and I always keep something to do for these 1.5 hours. So yesterday I was planning on the kids concert festival outdoor thingy we do in June, which will be quite fun. And yeah, I think I'm gonna dedicate a special video to that as soon as we do this. Basically, yeah, I made up my mind on how to set up the stage, how to do the cabling, and I think it's the best as I have enough inputs with the 2 stage boxes I have. I wire both bands already. So one stage box is dedicated for Johnny Carajo, the other stage box is dedicated to Richard's Kindermusikladen. And so they are all plugged, and I use 2 sets of microphones because they don't interfere with each other, because Richard doesn't have a conventional drum set, but Johnny Carajo has. And yeah, I can get around that. I have enough mics. And so yeah, that will be pretty easy, because we sound check Johnny Carajo, the drums stay there mic'd, and the guitars and the bass are DI, so I don't care, and they just stay somewhere, or there's just a cable lying around. There are 2 cables for the vocal microphones lying around, labeled, and then we plug in the other band, they play, put everything away, and there we go. And the outputs are also wired to their individual monitoring system. So yeah, that should be pretty straightforward, pretty easy. And yeah, then I tried to get my head around X18 by Behringer, which is a small rack digital mixer controlled by an iPad app, which I'm gonna use for the wedding band mid of June, which will be fun. So yeah. And of yesterday, we decided with Record Pink to do 2 more songs on the 21st of June. So that's booked. Yeah, so calendar again exploding. Today we're gonna mix a whole lot of Forest 19 because that needs to get finished soon. And gonna do a love song. And then we see what's up. There are days where I'm just so happy about all the stuff I do, and today there have been some moments where I've been so proud of what I did and what I achieved, and then half an hour later you start a new project and think, what the fucking hell am I doing? I have no idea, and it sounds shit, and I'm the worst. So yeah, but I'm used to that, and that means that I should probably do something else and switch projects, or reset my brain and get new perspective, and yeah, continue working, but not in a way that is destructive. Because if you are in that mood where you think, well, everything you do is shit, you probably make decisions on a very bad basis, because probably it's good what you do, and you're not making it better but actually worse, because you're chasing something that's not really there. So yeah, that's what happened with mixing. So I just did this little love song with Arrow and realized, well, I hate that song already, but probably it's fine, and tomorrow I come back to it and say, well, that's an awesome song. So yeah, there you go. That's the way it is sometimes. So I guess I have a small coffee break and then see if I do little bits and pieces for Midnight Falling or not. And yeah, then tomorrow is another day. Well, and that sort of concludes already a week. Yeah, not much happens tomorrow. I mean, I will be here mixing, and yeah, but I think that's pretty boring. So, I already finished up that week, and yeah. Next week will be, let me check. On Monday, Angelo is in, so we do another Italian song on Monday. That obviously needs to be worked on through the next week. And yeah, obviously Forest 19 needs doing. And yeah, we have a meeting. I meet with Alex, my ex intern, and now sort of helping hand in the studio, and he will help me out with Johnny Carajo, and we meet and discuss how to do this. And so I need to make up my mind how to do this before, so I can tell him. So yeah, maybe I start talking a bit about this concert, this open air thing next week. Yeah, looking good. Everything is sort of back in schedule. Already bounced out 3 songs, I guess, by Forest 19. So tomorrow just 2 songs and bits and pieces, and then next week it just go back and tweak a bit and here a bit and there a bit and sort of back and forth, and yeah, then that's done. And yeah, love song is, yeah, it's just a love song. I'm not really happy with what I did today, but I think it works out, and that's fine. The funny thing is that Midnight Falling has a show tonight, sort of. because they're involved in the music school. The band is involved in the music school. They have a show tonight from the school, so it's just a school concert with a lot of kids and young adults playing their shows just to get a feeling for shows, to learn how to play a show and stuff like that. And their teacher sort of said, well, why not play a song by Midnight Falling? Because, yeah, these 5 people involved in that music school band are now the live band for Midnight Falling. And so they already know a few songs. And so tonight there will be the premiere of a Midnight Falling song live on stage. And I will not attend this, which feels a bit odd, but I will not drive 2 hours for a school concert where all the parents are in and stuff like that. Not gonna drive there tonight, but I will get a video. I'm really looking forward to that. I'm really curious on how that all sounds and works out, and sort of proud hearing sort of my song for the first time live. That's always something special, and something I really look forward to rehearsing with these guys and girls and making shows. And yeah, I'm already always making up my mind on what can we do live to improve this. I'm already planning, and that's all stuff that doesn't specifically need to be. That's just some ideas I have, and we will discuss all these things, and yeah, it's gonna be awesome. I seriously like Midnight Falling, and I like this project. I'm really looking forward pushing that forward, and yeah, awesome things. Yeah, so I conclude this week, even though I'm here tomorrow, but there's nothing happening tomorrow. So I say thank you very much for watching. As always, if you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below. If you made it that far, thank you very much for sticking around, and maybe you subscribe down there. So this channel is growing, and yeah, see you next week. Oh, and by the way, as soon as I get the splitter, I will redo my preamp video I never released. I wanted to do a preamp comparison video, and there are already stuff recorded, but then the Focusrite channel broke, so it doesn't really make sense, and I have a new one, and I want to compare this with the new one. And now I'm getting a splitter, so it's even easier for me to make this comparison video. So that will be in 1 to 2 weeks. Already checked with Saskia by Arrow to sing some stuff. I want to do piano, I want to do acoustic piano, acoustic guitar, I want to do kick and snare and stuff like that. That will be awesome. So if you like that sort of stuff, subscribe, seriously subscribe. There will be awesome videos out there. Not only these vloggy thingies, but yeah, actual tutorial in hands-on whatever videos. So yeah, let's finish this week. Thanks very much for watching. See you soon. Bye bye.